Good afternoon, everybody. Big Mike back here with you once again. Welcome back to Big Mike Talks, where today I'm going to be doing my review for WWE's Saturday night's main event, this time in San Antonio, Texas. We start off with seeing legend Ted DiBiase Sr. arriving at the arena. Cool, I guess. And we see Jesse the Body Ventura join commentary. I'll take that every day of the week. He introduces the show with Tessitore. And then we start off with the show proper. And it's for the World Women's title, as Nia Jax challenges Rhea Ripley. And Nia goes right for Rhea. Big old headbutts right before the bell rings. Bell eventually rings, and we are on our way. This was a dang hoss fight and a half. This was awesomely brutal. Lots of great back and forth, including a cannonball off the apron from Rhea Ripley. That was absolutely nuts. Nia with a leg drop from the second rope, only gets a 2. Goes for an annihilator that gets blocked by Rhea. Rhea with a crazy looking powerbomb. Locks in the prison lock. Haven't seen her use that in a while. So good. That's good to see. Nia eventually breaks out. Hits a Uranagi. Goes up for the annihilator again. Rhea pushes her off the top rope. Rhea then with a crossbody to the outside. They get back in. Rhea goes for a riptide that gets blocked. Rhea then hits an annihilator. Goes up for one more, but Rhea gets back up. Hits an electric chair driver. Then Rhea eventually hits the riptide for the win and the retention. That was a white-hot opening match. That was a great showing from both competitors. Bravo. Then we get to see a couple more legends out in the crowd. We have Alundra Blaze, of course, with the women's title she discarded on WCW Nitro. That's a whole history and a half. You're going to have to look up yourself. And then Mark Henry, of all people. Although they're in Texas, so Texas boy. They're both just in the crowd, smiling and waving. Then we go to our next match of the evening, and it's for the Intercontinental title. And Sheamus challenges Braun Breaker. And this was less of a hoss fight, more of a beating. Because these two beat 7 shades of damn out of one another. Including, at one point, Sheamus just tossing Braun Breaker into the timekeeper's area. Eventually, they do get back in. Braun Breaker with a spear, to the running spear on the outside. Gets Sheamus back in. It's a gut buster, only gets a 2 count. Sheamus with the attempt at the white noise that gets blocked into a military press slam for a 2. Sheamus is on the top rope. Knocks Braun Breaker down. Braun Breaker with a Frankensteiner, which is a Rana off the top rope, just like his uncle did back in the day. Braun readying up for the spear, but Sheamus gets his knee up, hits a brogue kick. Sheamus only gets a 2 count. Goes for the brogue kick again, but Sheamus buckles. He's selling his knee. And he stops short. Braun then with his high-speed shoulder tackle into the spear for your win and retention of the Intercontinental title. I think eventually we're going to see Sheamus and Braun Breaker at WrestleMania, where Sheamus finally gets the title that has eluded him. Then we get a little highlight reel of Shawn Michaels, which I'm always impressed by his career. Then he comes out for the Royal Rumble ladder match contract signing. Yeah, we got a contract signing on pay-per-view. But before that happens, we see a couple more legends in the crowd. As Ted DiBiase apparently found his seat, we see Dory Funk Jr., legend of Texas. And then the first Royal Rumble winner himself. Oh! Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They're all in the crowd, making an appearance. So then HBK, he's out first. He's pretty much saying, wow, I'm sweating my suit. So happy to be home. I've been given one job here tonight. Walk out with this contract signed. And Otis, you couldn't get it done, so you sent in the closer. So let me get these two boys out here. First up, the challenger, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out, chorus of boos. He has a Cody Sucks Eggs shirt on, which is relevant in today's day and age. Then out comes Cody Rhodes. And then we have ladders kind of set up outside the ring. Cody climbs to the outside, does a pose, big pyro goes off. Probably just to piss Kevin Owens off. Then Kevin and Cody have a little face-off. You see Shawn Michaels in the back saying, "Gentlemen, if you could please just be seated." They continue to just stare daggers at one another. Shawn's then like, "Okay, that's how we're doing this now? You've been beating each other up for months now. I have my assignment. One way or another, I'm getting this done. So please sign it." Shawn Michaels opens the pamphlet to the contract. Cody, without hesitation, picks up a pen, signs his name. So Kevin Owens starts to do that. He's getting close, grabs a microphone. Then he says, "Last night you said something that really pissed me off, Cody. You say I take the easy way out. You're the one who quit the company when times were tough, while I was here busting my butt, trying to get to my title, and you think you can just waltz in here and..." Cody then snaps. He says, "Hey, enough! I'm not here to talk about the past or talk about what you're wearing. I'm done worrying about you. Please just sign the contract." Kevin Owens kind of is a little taken aback, goes to sign again, picks up the microphone again, saying, "I'm not done with this. Everyone just shut up. Once I win at the Royal Rumble, what you have here, all the extra money, all the extra fame, it goes away. And I get what I deserve. I am taking all of this from you." Then Shawn Michaels chimes in after being a little slack-jawed, saying, "Jesus, Kevin, you sound jealous." Then Kevin gets like a inquisitive look on his face, turns to Shawn Michaels, says, "What?" Shawn Michaels repeats himself, "You sound jealous." And Kevin Owens just kind of goes off on both of them, saying, "Oh, it's rich coming from you siding with Cody. I'm making this title more relevant, making everyone, having a champion everyone can be proud of." Then he picks up the pen, He finally signs the contract. HBK takes the book away, closes it, saying, "Gentlemen, there's one last thing left to do. Let's get a referee out here so we can hang both titles." So the ref gets in the ring, takes both the World and the Winged Eagle titles, hangs it in the contraption they're using to hang titles for ladder matches, and it goes right above their heads. Here's kind of the weird thing about this segment. The Royal Rumble is going to be in Indianapolis. So are they just going to hang in Texas until someone goes and gets them? Although we'll cover that on Raw review. It's definitely something something that always wears me out in wrestling stories. Anyway, after that, HBK chimes back in, saying this Saturday, two men walk into this match, one man leaves the champion. Good luck. Goes to shake Kevin Owens' hands. He doesn't do it. Turns to Cody. They shake hands. Cody then attacks HBK from behind. Looks like he's about to hit the package pile driver, but Cody bails him out. And then Shawn Michaels tunes up the band. Some sweet chin music to Kevin Owens. Oh, I love stuff like that. Definitely good to see HBK slinging some sweet chin music again. Did this get me any more hyped for the Royal Rumble match? Probably not, but that's going to be an entertaining ladder match. Next up, we got a Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu hype video, including like a tail of the tape, which is awesome. We then get Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. And oh boy, this was a hoss fight and a half. These two, initially it wasn't great, but eventually they got it together. Especially after the Strowman Express spot, where Strowman on the outside just shoulder tackles his opponent. Went for it another time, but Jacob Fatu kind of catches him, hits a Samoan drop on the announce table. He clears off the announce table then, but then he doesn't use it, which is weird. Jacob Fatu with a bunch of hip attacks. He keeps it going. Ref backs Fatu off. Then Jacob Fatu just tosses the ref out of the ring. Hits more hip attacks. Then the bell rings. So technically your winner by disqualification is Braun Strowman. So match ends like that. Jacob Fatu then grabs a chair. Bunch of officials are out to stop Jacob. Jacob then fights them off. Hits a moonsault. Looks like he's about to leave. The doctors are checking on Strowman. Jacob then pushes back through again. Hits another moonsault. Tama Tonga then goes to collect Jacob. They leave the ring. They're about halfway up the ramp. Jacob then, about face, gets back into the ring. Hits another moonsault to Strowman, who's like bleeding from his nose and mouth at this point, which is insane. Eventually, Jacob Fatu does leave the ring under his own power. And, yeah, that will do it for that segment. I do wish this match had more of a clear victor. This did feel like it made Jacob Fatu way more dangerous. Because he's not really focused on winning matches. He's focused on hurting people. And I think that's way more dangerous. And we see Gunther. He's in the back. He's warming up. Then we get to see an interesting pair. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard are in the crowd, a.k.a. the Brainbusters. Former AEW, I don't want to say legends, but Arn managed Cody, and then Tully managed FTR for a little bit. So, that's definitely interesting. We then get a rundown for the card so far for the Royal Rumble. Then we see footage of Triple H inviting streamer IShowSpeed to the live stream the Royal Rumble, which I guess either he's going to do backstage stuff or he's going to be sitting ringside for like a VR experience or something. I don't know what that is about, but alright, as long as he's not a surprise in the Rumble, that's fine. Oh boy. Hope you don't hear my stomach. It's talking to me. Then we get to our main event of the evening. Main event of main event. And it features the World Heavyweight title as its main event. Jey Uso. Got main event in there again. Taking on Gunther. And this was definitely not their best matchup. Like, was it still good? Absolutely. I'll get to that end in a second. But, like, early on, they definitely took it a little slowly. Eventually, it did pick up after a exchange of strikes and chops. Jey with a crazy looking uppercut. I didn't realize Jey could throw those. Jey at one point goes for the Samoan drop. That gets countered by Gunther. They exchange chops and strikes again. Jey eventually does hit the Samoan drop. But then he eats a drop kick and a powerbomb from Gunther for a 2 count. Jey with a big old enziguri, hitting the suplex, getting the super kick, only for a 2. Tries for the drop. Gunther tries again for the drop kick, misses. Jey with a hip attack, only for a 2. Jey Uso goes for the Uso splash, but Gunther intercepts in. Big old chops. Gunther tries for a superplex. That gets blocked into a sunset flip powerbomb for a 2 count. Gunther tries again for the powerbomb. That gets blocked by Jey into a Hurricane Rana. Then Jey with the weirdest spear I think I've ever seen. I don't know if there was some miscommunication there, but instead of going kind of to the belly, it kind of looked like Jey hit Gunther more in the upper body, so it looked a little bit more awkward. But that only gets him a 2 count. Jey then with a super kick, spear, Uso splash, right in a row, only gets him a 2 count, in which I thought he was going to win there. I honestly thought Jey was going to win right there. Jey's going for another spear. That eventually gets caught by Gunther. Hits 1 powerbomb, flips him up. 1 more powerbomb for your win for Gunther. And honestly, I do hope we get to see more interesting challengers for Gunther, because I'm kind of over Jey getting shots. Like, we've seen these two guys battle it out for the Intercontinental title, now for the World title. Let's get Gunther an interesting opponent going forward. So, yeah, that'll do it for me. I hope you guys all enjoyed. We got Royal Rumble predictions coming on Thursday. Then Friday is going to be my Raw and Power review. Saturday is going to be the Royal Rumble, in which we're at Royal Rumble week. Let's enjoy this. And yeah, I'll have coverage of that. I think what I'm going to do for reactions is I might have reactions to entrance on my Instagram, which I have it down below. Hopefully you'll check that out with me. And until next time, happy wrestling, everybody. Peace.